Hey friends, it's Amy. This is Holy Week, the week leading up to Easter. And I personally like to spend this week taking a little extra time to prepare my heart and my mind for the celebration to come on Sunday. And I thought maybe you would like to do the same. So I've put together several meditations that will be uploaded over the course of this week to help you prepare your heart and your mind for Easter Sunday as well. So grab a comfy place to sit. If you're in a chair, your feet will be placed on the floor. Maybe you're on a cushion or a bolster, in which case it might be comfortable to pull your feet up underneath you and sit cross-legged. Wherever you are, firmly root your sits bones into your chair or cushion and allow your spine to rise tall, pressing the crown of your head toward the top of your space. Inhale deeply here, and as you exhale, close your eyes gently. And take a few moments here just to notice your breath. So we're not forcing anything with the breath in this meditation. We're simply noticing and appreciating the breath for what it is. So breathe gently but fully and begin to put aside the thoughts that you've brought to this space with you and simply focus and be grateful for your breath. Now your mind is probably going to wander several times during the course of this meditation, and that's okay. As you notice it wandering, simply draw your attention back to your breath and find that gratitude again. So I'll be reading to you today from Isaiah chapter 53. I'll put in the description below this video the verses and the translation that I'm using. But we're just going to spend the next several minutes listening to the words of Scripture and playing with how they interlace and weave into our lives as believers. So from Isaiah 53. He was despised and rejected by men, a man of suffering who knew what sickness was. He was like someone people turned away from. He was despised, and we did not value him. Yet he himself bore our sicknesses, and he carried our pains. But we in turn regarded him stricken, struck down by God, and afflicted. But he was pierced because of our rebellion, crushed because of our iniquities. Punishment for our peace was on him, and we are healed by his wounds. We all went astray like sheep. We all have turned to our own way, and the Lord has punished him for the iniquity of us all. The Lord was pleased to crush him severely. When you make him a guilt offering, he will see his seed, he will prolong his days, and by his hand the Lord's pleasure will be accomplished. After his anguish, he will see light and be satisfied. By his knowledge, my righteous servant will justify many, and he will carry their iniquities. Take a moment to think about yourself at your worst. Maybe it's when you were battling an illness or a disease. Maybe you were deeply wounded by the rejection of a loved one around you. Maybe you were caught in sin. Or maybe you were the one inflicting the wounds. Yet he himself bore our sicknesses, and he carried our pains. But we in turn regarded him stricken, struck down by God, and afflicted. But he was pierced because of our rebellion, crushed because of our iniquities. Punishment for our peace was on him, and we are healed by his wounds. We all went astray like sheep. We all have turned to our own way, and the Lord has punished him for the iniquity of us all. All of your worst mistakes, your deepest hurts, your greatest disappointments, every illness, and every excruciating pain have been placed upon Christ and nailed to that cross. When you make him a guilt offering, he will see his seed, he will prolong his days, and by his hand the Lord's pleasure will be accomplished. After his anguish he will see light and be satisfied. By his knowledge my righteous servant will justify many, and he will carry their iniquities. Friend, your burden is not yours alone. Your burden is not yours alone. Because of the cross, there is freedom. And because of the cross, there is victory. As we get ready to finish this recording, I would encourage you to take several more moments to just sit in this space, imagining your greatest burdens nailed to the cross. And I found for me personally that during these meditation times, if God really begins to bring something up in my heart that I need to work on, or that I need to reflect on deeper, it's helpful for me to pull out a journal and a pen and just make some notes, or just write even without really thinking. Just get all of my thoughts and feelings and reflections out on paper, making note of everything God brings to mind. So maybe you choose to do that at this moment, journaling out your thoughts, your burdens, and what Isaiah 53 means to you as a believer. When you're ready to end your meditation time, you'll take a couple more deep, cleansing breaths, bringing your awareness and your mind back to the space around you as you prepare to move on with your day. And as you inhale and exhale, remember the freedom and the victory that you have because of the cross. Thanks so much for joining me with this meditation today. I will have several more for you over the course of the week, so check back often if you enjoyed this and you want to add to your Holy Week experience as you begin to look ahead and prepare for the celebration of Easter.